All right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is getting ready for this panel. I'll get it turned around whenever them guys get in there, and we will hear all these questions. You guys, unfortunately, will not be able to hear them. I will try to give you a little play-by-play of what's going on while you watch them. This is going to decide, because there's a chance they have to go back out there and hunt a little bit. That would be Tonk, Out, Jill, and 9. Bobby's not here. Weed is not here. Logan is here. Mason is here. And Jimmy is here. And this will decide the fourth dog. Maybe we can get some of them guys that are already in, sit down with us for a little bit while we wait. We'll see. Yeah, interesting developments. I'm guessing it will be Hensley, Tracy Bailey, maybe Justin Wallace on the panel. I don't know yet. There's a little cussing and discussing going on now. How you guys hear me? Everybody hear me okay? See, we got a few viewers staying up late. Said Jason Doherty about died of a heat stroke. He is definitely wanting to split. Duel is not in with Crash yet. I'm thinking he would probably split. We'll see. We'll turn the camera around whenever the panel starts, Billy. They ain't even here yet. I may have started this a little early.
Yeah, he just was about 30 minutes left. We didn't even have 20, 30 minutes left when I went to mine. 16 minutes. 16, yeah. There was 16 minutes when we got Justin and all the questions and all that. God, so there's even an hour, 16 minutes, however. There wasn't much time, I waited for an hour for you guys. Well, it goes back.
I see Mike Hensley coming in.
We did minus. When we said your turn, we all walked and stood right there together. We wasn't minus, we stopped and listened, we heard nothing but minus. Yeah, but when we walk out, I was worried tree guy, for sure, you know what I mean? When we walk out of where you call the tree doors.
Jimmy, what's the scores right now? If
Jimmy don't know.
As it plays out.
I don't, I got 200, goddamn it.
Say, you got 200. Jimmy, you got 200. Tonk's got 150. Weed's got 25.
125, I think, or 150.
Okay.
One question.
We'll see. We shall see. But it's going to be a question of time.
They said the word big thing didn't happen, and I was doing it. They didn't say nothing else. And then the word finally give up, he said, We'll walk here 150 yards, we makes you that happy.
I ain't seen that get worked up there. So he kind of started going back. Who's back there running the hour on him? My question. Because I know where the other one, I'm guessing that. I can put another 25 up here.
What's another?
They think there's 5 or 6 questions, is what they're saying. Just got word from Austin. Him and Weed are just about back. I don't know where Bobby is. Bobby's outside. Okay, Bobby is outside. So everybody's here. All the characters in this drama are on the grounds or pretty close to it. So we will see. It will be Hensley, Wallace, and Bailey on the panel. I'd say the questions, Donnie, are going to depend on, I don't know. Yeah, there's a bunch of questions on the card, but whether you hear the second one's going to depend on how you rule on the first one, I'm guessing. And the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. How many questions are on the card, Bush? Bush says he didn't write any of them down. He says he lost count.
It's like a domino.
The perfect storm. It was the perfect storm. These cats ain't easy to judge. It happens.
I think it's easy for the cat.
Doesn't pay enough, I always said. And Shane says I'm not qualified. I'm only qualified if they really, really need a judge. And then Shane's like, oh, yeah, you're the best. It's usually how it works. Until then, I suck.
The only way I'm going back out, I ain't hunting no more hunting. Scratch here, whatever. The only way I'm going back out is we hunt for another that. If they want to hunt, we'll hunt. If not, then right me check not on. But I'm not going back on that. It won't be good, and it will be bad, I promise you that. It'll be the worst coincidence this time.
No, Chris, I bet they don't. Even if they got to go back out, they got to have the card in by 2:00.
But Shane's got this new rule, he fucking stand time. We're not gonna bend rules and shit.
No, they got to have the card.
Yep, they extended one time, that's all they don't, just fucking do yard. And I can show you an hour video where I videoed my whole fucking time, just so nobody can tell me I was fucking shit. And I made sure you see my fucking thing in my pocket, where I didn't shine no tree, no nothing.
But no. Here's the thing: is they have to have the card back in by 2:00. That's the deadline. It is 1:00 now. They got to hear the question. If they award them more hunting time, I don't see how they're going to get out, hunt the 20 minutes, get the card back by the deadline. Because I promise you, if it gets down to a 3-dog cast, they're definitely going to hunt. Otherwise, if they split, they still split it 4 ways. There's Austin Gentry, Bobby Burden, Dustin Weed all coming in. We are getting ready to set the panel up right now, and we will hear these questions. See. Jason, congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
How's it feel?
Feel
Hot.
rough, to be honest with you.
Got a little sick out there, didn't you?
I got down bad, man. I got down last night, and then I come back up here tonight thinking I was good. I took some Pedialyte and drank some water. It didn't help because when I got back out there, first 10 minutes, I felt like I did late last night.
Jed looked good, though.
Dog looked good.
Good. Congratulations to you and Bronco. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy for Bronco.
I'm going to turn this camera around so we can watch this panel. You
Yeah,
can
there might be a fight here.
Hey, you can do some color commentary with me. Stay there. What's your predictions here, Jason?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
All right, we got Dustin Weed explaining his question right now.
Step out on this little cut lane out here, and I said, can we listen for a minute? We listened, and this dog that was treated through here, that I'm assuming that Bobby was going to handle. I don't know. Anyway, I said, that dog moving? I said, yes, that dog's moving. He said, I ain't got his number. I said, I've got Bobby's number. I said, what you gonna do? He said, it's mine. So he called Bobby like 3 or 4 times, and he goes voicemail right in that service. Anyways, we walking up out of there, going to Logan. He was treated before Bobby. We go to Logan. We score Logan's tree. I tree back up in here behind us. Well, we pull off that tree, walk Logan a minute to recut it. Bush said, well, I'm going to take that minus back. Y'all question or whatever, I think I messed up. I'm going to go score this dog.
Oof.
And at this time, Jimmy's saying, that's my dog. Like this dog that he's going to score is Jimmy's dog. And he minus this dog at 10:01 and takes his call back at 10:35.
So what Dustin's saying is Mason takes that tree call at 10:01, takes it back at 10:35.
From 10 to 11 each, they walk back by my tree was 34 minutes. Well, he comes back by me and said that he's got to go tell Bobby his minus, because he won't take his minus over the phone or whatever. Walter, I said, can we not score a meeting? No, I can't. There's 36 minutes. No, I'm not going to trade it. 36 minutes left in, so it took him 24 minutes to walk to and figure out.
So I think, Jason, what he's just questioning, he's trying to get time back, ain't he?
Yeah, he's gonna get there.
He said, Bobby retrieved. I said, well, how can he retrieve with dog handle? You can't go in there minus it, and he's got a handle, he retrieved. I questioned that, and we scored meeting, pulled off, 16 minutes left. And when I got recut, it was 13 minutes left, or something like that. So I feel like I sat over here on the leash for 45 minutes in this hunt time. After he's done minus the dog, and come back 35 minutes later and said the dog wasn't mine.
So what Dustin's saying is that he's lost 45 minutes of hunt time.
Yeah, basically.
I went back to where, about where I took her call.
because Mason let Bobby make a call, then minused him, then walked to him, and he was retreed and let him retree on the leash. Because Bobby had went to his dog and handled it.
But
You know what I think they're going to do, Jason?
they're gonna have to, like, I don't know how they're gonna have that much hunt time left and those trees still stand in
Mhm.
effect. They're going to have to delete something.
Well, if they award weed this question right here, they will have to delete Jill's tree, Logan's tree,
And Weed's tree.
And well,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he went ahead and scored him after the
after all this
Yeah.
too. But then that would award them like an hour of hunting time left, and they'll never make the deadline. They're not going to get it. The last time this happened in a cast that I remember, I was on the cast, and they awarded us the time, and we had to flip a coin because we were not going to be able to go back. I won the question, but we weren't going to have time to go back out.
It'd be an awful $100 coin flip tonight.
Yeah,
Lord.
it's a $43,000 coin flip. Mine was only a $4,000 coin flip, and that was
That's
worse
still a
enough.
lot.
Yeah, it
that's
was
still a
worse.
lot.
It was bad.
I've been nervous with that.
Yeah. Mason's telling him his side right now. I'm curious to see what Bobby says about this.
Oh, you know, Bobby will be here to after deadline telling his side of it.
How hot is it out there?
Oh my God, how hot is it? It's
Bad, ain't it?
unbelievable hot. It's not safe. It's not safe for a dog or a human being.
Yeah. Jed must take that heat pretty good.
Well, I bragged on him on the way up here about how well he does take it. And in the first tree tonight, he was a ball mouth tree dog, and he's never ball mouth on a tree. Always chopped.
Is it hotter tonight out there than it was last night?
I can't.
About the same.
I can't tell because I was so hot last night, and I ain't cooled off yet. From what I can gather with inside information of the cast, the dog that's winning the cast as of right now is the dog that deserves to win. So,
according to the card, Jill made one tree, one cone, stayed out of trouble.
Yeah.
Everything else just a minus on us or otherwise or whatever, you know.
right.
They said the dog looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like, and Jimmy's already said that he ain't going back out.
Well,
To
and I
hunt no
want him.
more.
I'd like for him to win. Then.
Yeah.
I never heard it until we started, until all this stuff is going on.
If you did mine,
I walked in there and told him, yes, and he retreated.
what he said you might.
Who's our fan? Who is it?
Justin Wallace,
Mike
have
Hensley? Is it Mike?
Hensley, and Tracy Bailey.
180 degrees. I never heard him standing there where I walked out.
Mason just said 108 degrees. I don't know if he's talking about temperature or distance or direction. Them Southern people weird.
Oh yeah, I get that.
I was misunderstanding and turned into a domino effect. I know that's not.
It's a bad sign.
It's a bad
Dog,
sign
when the judge says, "I
he
don't know what happened."
happened.
Mason says it was a domino effect, and I don't know what happened. You ever been on a cast like that? It's just a crap show from start to finish.
No, honestly, really, I ain't.
All mine are always
I kinda-
usually really good till the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
That's when if we're gonna have trouble, it'll be the last
Yeah,
five,
yeah.
and then we cuss each other as we're leaving. And
Yeah,
when we see each other again, we act like it never happened. Like both of us still remember it.
exactly. Remember, we had a real heated panel at this hunt last year. Austin Gentry.
Yeah. He
He
was
got
telling us.
minused out of the truck on a Bible, but his dog got treated pretty early, and that was a 50-50 call. You know, they went with the judge.
Yeah, and well, he said that he got bought. Well, yeah, because of the way he handled himself
Yeah,
on the
yeah, it
panel.
was just a. It was after the panel was over, and Austin
Well,
lost his temper a little bit.
we might see a little bit of that here tonight.
We might. It happens.
Yes.
$43,000 on the line, or $100,000, or whatever.
If I wasn't so hot and in such a bad shape, I'd be willing to argue with him.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's hot.
Have you talked to Duel and Kevin? Are they going to split?
I talked to Kevin. He said he was going to.
Yeah. I seen
Duel said he
with
would
you.
early.
And Jimmy says if he wins, he'll do whatever. Duel, you gonna hunt or split?
I'm gonna hunt or split.
Duel says split.
Thank God I could kiss him. He's ugly. I don't know if y'all ever seen Duel Murphy, but he ain't real good looking.
Congratulations, Duel. If we get done with this panel, we'll sit down a little bit.
I told him before we left he'd be in. I asked him before we left what he was going to do. He told me to split.
Yeah.
You can't really trust coon hunters. You can find a few that's good on their word. Duel just proved he's a man of his word.
Duel's always been honest with me.
I don't know. There's still
Your notes and check.
the jury's still out. There's one time I think he might have, but I can't catch it. You know, next episode. Yeah, we'll get that next time. Yeah, tune in.
This is a lot for a panel to figure out, Jason.
This is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, for this much on the line too. You know?
Donnie Stevens says if they ain't gonna hunt, I want to see somebody roll.
Tell him keep watching. Because if y'all notice, this guy on the end, he ain't said a word.
Mm-mm. I feel like Jimmy be the one that loses temper
That's
after
the
his
one
dog
I'm
done what
talking
he's
about.
supposed to do.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. He's gonna lose his cool,
Mm-hmm.
and I probably would too in his situation.
We got a question as soon as he said it, Jack, because we're all together.
We had just pulled off Logan's tree, which would have, we was still in it, we was in the tree, the Logan tree, the deep tree. As we pulled off Logan's tree, that's when I said, I'll make a mistake. I'm gonna go in here.
Ashley McGuire says Jimmy don't say much. Look out if he does.
Yeah, well, I got that feeling about him.
It was Logan.
Seems like a pretty good dude.
He does.
Yeah.
Seems like a real good guy. First time I ever met him. Here we go. Oh,
What? You said my name.
Jimmy's standing up, shaking his head. Adam McGuire says he loves you, Jason.
Adam did.
Yep.
Oh, I love Adam too. I've always had good cast with Adam, except for one time he tried to try to pull a little something. You know, I caught him. He went on with it. You know, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Logan says he don't know what to do or what to say other than know everything that everybody said is correct. Jimmy.
150 don't beat 200. 175 don't beat 200. I waited for an hour. What the hell was the score? I don't even understand what the question is because he wants more hunt time. Motherfucking shit. There's no story about it.
Jimmy says he don't understand what's going on. 200 beats 175, 150. He sat at a tree all night himself too. He said, "I don't know what the argument is."
I can hunt with him.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy I like. You know, it is what it is.
It is.
You know, a lot of times we make it harder than it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like early last night. You know, Jed looked like dunk. You know, he looked like a dog that needed sent to the pound. And then tonight, just total different dog.
Yeah.
He was with whenever, Bush minus him when we was at match before mine left. He was with us. And he was the cup. That's right.
I'm happy for you and Bronk, Jason.
Man, I'm happy for Bronk, man. I can't say enough about how good that guy has been to me. And he's not only me, it's just everybody. He's just a good, gentle, good-hearted guy.
Yeah, but it's pointed that way. The camera's pointed that way, but yeah, the mic's on. What do you need, Austin? Nothing we want to say to the public?
You should have had Austin sit down here. He can tell you about
Yeah.
the panels and
Yeah,
stuff
I know.
like that.
I was getting good play-by-play from Austin. He was kind of letting me know what's going on. The octave level is rising.
It is getting
It's
up.
getting a little louder.
Yeah, they're starting to raise their voices.
Yeah. I can see where all three of them are coming from. Logan's pretty much out of it. Logan, I mean, it didn't really affect
Yeah,
Logan a whole bunch.
I think Bobby's pretty much out of it too. He's just trying to see where this goes because
Yeah.
he thinks it's a clustered mess. And
Oh,
it
yeah,
is a
it
clustered
is.
mess.
It is.
But a lot of times somebody causes a clustered
Yeah.
mess.
All right. Panel is going to get up and they are going to make their decision.
This is just one question, though. How many more is
There's
there?
a bunch. But if they don't award extra hunting time, that's going to knock a lot of them panels and
Can we
questions
get
out.
Can we get a number on how many questions there is?
To be determined on the number of questions. Gordon
We believe
Dernick,
it's 3.
yes, it is all coming down to the time, and yes, there is a scoring scenario there's a lot. Here's the problem, Jason. Nobody understands this.
No, I don't
The
understand.
panel don't get it.
No,
I don't get it.
I've
The
been-
handlers don't get it. The judge don't get it.
And I've been told this story by 3 different people.
Yeah.
And it's the same story, but I still don't get it.
Jimmy's come closer to making more sense than any of them. He said 200 beats 175
That's
and
right.
150 and 125.
Yeah. There was no question until, oh shit, Jimmy's treated her for 200.
I love this guy. I ain't even met him. Yeah, tells the truth.
Hey,
It
Jimmy.
is, if I got beat, then I
That's right.
You're right in front of the camera.
There
you go. Thank you. Was I on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, just your butt. Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, we got you.
they can't hear you on this.
Yeah.
They
We
can
don't know
only
if
hear
they can or
it's
not.
pointed. It's pointed this way. They'd have to listen pretty hard.
I bet they got their phones up to their ears. when they
Oh, I
got
guarantee you,
close.
they're trying to hear everything.
Hey, if I get beat, I get beat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I understand.
I'm sitting there waiting for a fucking hour.
I don't blame you.
and Jimmy's.
I wasn't playing that bullshit about he went to the tree by himself. I hit that fucking camera and I recorded the whole way in, what tree she was on. I made sure the camera stayed on there.
Yeah.
It was on my pouch where right now fucking flare out. I didn't shine the fucking tree and goddamn I
That's
a good
this
idea.
guy here's done it honest,
Yeah,
boys.
that's a
He
good
deserves-
idea, Jimmy.
In my opinion, he probably deserves this cast.
Jimmy made a good point there when
Yes,
he
he
left to
did.
get because that is where this is why all this madness happens is when we split up and go to trees.
Everybody stay together like
Yeah.
this. Which is bad because you lose hunting time. But make it 2 hours then you gotta do that.
Yeah.
You gotta do some walking. You can't let these guys. When we walked in there,
I understand what goes on while we're split up. But man,
Jimmy did.
you're
Brought up
talking
a good
about making it where you had to be an athlete to hunt these things.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing about keeping a cast together at all times is you're going to knock about 10 to 15% of the people out of it.
Yes. Yes.
There's some older guys that don't get around
Absolutely.
good. There's some heavy guys that don't
Yeah.
get around good,
And
especially
me.
in this heat.
Me?
But also, this is $100,000 event. I don't
agree with
understand. I
that.
don't understand why we can't do it at certain
I
events. Maybe.
understand.
But yeah, the volume levels. Now everybody's just arguing amongst themselves. The
Yeah.
panel ain't even there.
Panel's out there trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, Jimmy. Jimmy says he's had enough. He's going outside.
I'm pretty sure this is the main question to determine.
I think
the
this is
winner.
going to pretty
Yeah.
much determine the cast right here.
Yeah.
All the other questions ain't going to matter. And they can't go back out right now unless they're all guaranteed to split.
Yeah.
They'll never make it back by deadline. And if they let them come back and they extend the deadline, then I'm going to be really mad because they did not let me extend the deadline. I'd flip a coin.
I have seen things happen.
Yeah.
You know,
And Mike Hensley was on my panel as well.
Well, the panel determines what happens.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what they get.
Jay Rich says he got his volume up so loud he's waiting for his wife's gonna come whoop him. Some of this stuff would probably get me demonetized on YouTube. We can't hear it all.
Oh, you're on YouTube and not? Yeah, I was
Yeah,
wondering about
yeah,
all that
it's all on
cussing
YouTube, yeah.
Facebook. I thought they'll be flagging that.
So we'll see. What's your next hunt, Jason?
Buddy, I'm not going to nothing else till it cools down. I don't know.
You get a split here. Good check for you and Bronk. You can take a little time off.
I'm just be happy, man.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm so happy for Bronk. I'd love to hunt because his dream. You know, he always told me. You know, he said if you ever get in 100,000, you're hunting it off.
Yeah.
And I said, you better be there if I'm gonna hunt it off. You better be there the one to say it because I can't say it.
Yeah.
He said, you get in that, we gotta hunt it off.
All right. Handle sitting back down. Okay, so they took the initial minus on Bobby.
Yeah.
It's about the same thing every time. Like whenever he says he unminus that dog, my question is that.
Well, if they take the initial minus on Bobby, they got to add time back because they spent all that time walking to Bobby to score him.
No, they was going to another dog.
I got you.
36 minutes left, said that ain't Bobby's dog, that's the female. And I said, well, where's
Now they're
Bobby?
hearing the second question.
He said, he won't take his minus over the phone, I've got to go tell him. I said, well, you're judging, you minus him. Can you not score my tree if he recut and he goes to Kevin? I said, because if he's got a dog handle, like, he can't handle a dog that judges minus. And when he gets in there, he said, I gotta keep it in order. So he goes in there, scores this dog, or not score, go in there and tell Bobby retrieve. And I said, well, the dog on the leash? He said, yeah. I said, hey, you sure the dog is already in? Okay, well, that's the second question, Killmore, that he took another 24 minutes of hunt time by going in here and scored a wrong
All right,
dog.
Dustin's second question is just about hunt time again.
And you know, for people, you know, at home that ain't been in this situation, as a judge, you know, it's easy for us to sit in here and think, well, I would have done that or I would have done this. But it's 110 degrees out there, sweat's rolling down your eyebrows. You got Dustin in one ear, Logan in the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do the right thing every, you know. I honestly believe that Mason's doing what he feels right.
Oh yeah,
But-
no, he ain't trying to screw
Yeah.
anybody. He's friends with all these
Yeah,
guys,
but
and it don't feel like any of these guys are super mad at Mason.
no, they're not.
They're just mad at the
They're
situation.
mad at the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he took the minus back and was gonna go in there and score this dog. Say he wasn't minus, go score him while Jimmy was saying that was just Jimmy treat before you. No, I was treating first. I'm treating next in line at Bobby's time.
But here's the thing: if you treat the wrong dog and you get the initial minus, then you go handle your dog and you sit there and wait for him to get scored. There's a rule about you got to come back to the cast, and if you're not, you're scratched.
Yeah.
There is the fact that you're losing hunt time because you're sitting in a tree that you think is going to get scored, and so there's a million different rules. Go ahead and answer Doug's call.
Somebody tell Doug Hebner
Yeah.
to quit calling me.
Tell him to answer. Go ahead and see what he's got going on.
I know what he's gonna say. Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Jason's on the line with Doug Hebner, another good handler, world champion Doug Hebner.
Well, the way it looks, I mean, like we said here, that's probably the way it needs to go. I mean, that is true. Doug makes a good point.
What's that?
If you can't take a call over the phone, you can't minus a dog.
No,
over
you
the
can't
phone.
minus a dog over the phone. You can't.
Yeah.
That's a definite.
Yeah.
Even Mason's getting a little heated right now. That's about as loud as I've ever heard Mason talk.
Yeah. Well, he went to him and then he minused him. And then he retreated. Weed's question now is, okay, how does he treat him with him on the lead? You know, I mean, technically, you know,
That's a situation that never comes up.
I don't.
Well, when we left this road, he's going to score pockets, and I'm going my dog. He goes this way, and then look at he comes back this
Right.
way and says.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
He left going this way, now he's coming back this way. Like, that's why I can't score me. I've been sitting over here treating forever. I should have been. we should have
No, I agree, Kyle. Or in person.
Yeah. But I got it under control.
There's Pro Hound standing right in the way. He's always in the way.
Oh, absolutely. Because that's his only way he can win. Yeah. 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 I know that. Yeah. Yes. Yes. But that's when. But whenever I understand that. But whenever they question a scratchable fence, well, then it's deleted. Everything is
I pointed that down, he had, you got it, I got it. So he was right here, 3 or 4 ago. The dog said, I took the call. And I pulled it out.
got you.
And he was 16.
Yeah.
He came out here.
Yeah.
That's what started it all right there. That mistake by Mason is what started it all.
Yeah.
I've got a lesson with my dog that's been sitting in here and tied,
Yeah.
and this goes on, this little got turned around that school.
And it happens.
Yeah, I was waiting on you.
And he's there forever.
Well, I did too. And it ain't over yet.
Too long.
Yeah, he
Here's
is.
the
He's
thing.
standing over there with his arms crossed, and he's tell he.
But I'm not that direction.
It's not going to be good. I don't believe if they rule against it. And I don't blame him. I mean, the way it sounds, his dog done what it's supposed to do.
And I see what he's.
No, that's Bobby.
He scratched me, I'm here tied the whole time. I'm just saying though. And then he tells me about retreating. He comes in here to me, and I said, no, I'm not retreating my dog, he's handled. Everyone's been sitting here the whole time, tell me I'm retreating my dog. And I've been sitting here the whole time.
Your mind is how you retreat your own.
That's kind of what I've always been.
This big. I went back.
Logan's getting a kick out
I've
of this.
always felt the same way. It's always been that way. Yeah.
Hey, tell Doug I love him, but we got to update the masses here.
Hey, I'll go call you back.
So there's what started it all. Is the initial call to tree from Bobby.
Yeah.
And so Bobby's trees. Bobby says, "You got me." Mason says, "I got you."
Yep.
Bobby trees. Mason thinks Bobby's treeing this dog on the right.
Right.
Bobby's treeing his dog way left.
Right.
That's nobody's fault. That's really not Bobby's fault. 'Cause if you say you got me and the judge says,
Right.
"Yeah, I got you," you go ahead and tree.
Yeah.
You got me right there.
Yeah.
And so that's what started all this domino,
Yeah.
this waterfall effect.
That dog's mine. We pull off over the street, we go to me 400 yards.
Well,
One hour, when we
like
pull
Doug
off
said,
over the street,
he said he called
right up here.
Shane last week at
Mhm.
Mount Orb and had the same deal. When a judge sends you to go handle your dog,
Yep.
you got to go score it.
As a judge, the minute I send somebody over there, and I'm not talking about the minute, but if I think they got a reasonable time to get to that dog, all calls on that dog are done.
Right.
Unless I get over the hill and I think that dog's moved a long ways, and then I walk to the handler and I scratch him.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
That's it. If he's got his dog handled where I don't think that dog's
Right.
street, then
He's
he's scratched. But I can't do that. With
Yeah,
the phone.
that's true.
Yeah. Once you send a man to handle a dog, well, matter of fact, the Nationals, Jesse Lively trees his, and I don't think Blue didn't move, but I could faintly hear that dog with like 10 seconds left to go on the clock. I take his call, I send him in there 1.25 miles, and I know exactly what direction he is and all that stuff. Then I go back here and I score Apollo. I come back. I can't put the 2 on him or any of that stuff. I just got to go the direction that I heard
That's
that
it.
dog until I get to where that dog is.
Yes.
You know, and I know Blue was in the same spot. I'm pretty sure he was. I walked right the same direction to him for 1.5 miles. You know, but once he leaves my sight, Jesse Lively leaves my sight, Blue's good to go.
He's good to go.
Yeah.
Yep. He ain't got bark again.
Yeah. No, he ain't got to bark at all. Because as far as I know, he's tied back and he don't bark at a tree.
He don't bark.
Yeah. When he's handled.
That's right.
You don't run a 2, you don't do nothing.
That's right.
So they're going to go here. Question number 2.
You got brand new or whatever, or what? I mean, is Mike Kristen in on any of this?
No, we'll come back for you.
All right.
They're coming back.
They're coming back for Bobby's question.
You can believe that shit.
So that just goes shit. That's how hard it is to judge these, especially on a tough cast with tough handlers. You make one mistake, especially if it's early in the cast, it just piles up.
Especially when you got seasoned handlers like these that know the rules
Exactly.
and any loophole.
Yep. It piles up.
That's what you hope. He didn't hear my dog when I took the son. There's no way that's a confusion.
Even Bobby says he didn't hear his dog when he treated, but Mason says, "I got you."
Yep.
So you treat.
I'm not that direction on this.
Last time I was in a cast with you, that happened.
Yep. Yeah, it
Nationals.
did. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Sure did. Well, you taught that in a valuable lesson that night.
Well,
And it needed it.
yeah,
It needed it.
there ain't nothing worse, especially as a non-hunting judge at
Yes.
the end of that cast.
Yes.
You hear me through there. You hear me through there.
God almighty.
Every breath.
Every breath.
Oh, that
Yeah.
wears me out. I'll tell people when I'm a non-hunting judge, say, look, if I can hear you, I'll tell you. If I can't, I can't. So that's all there is to it.
I just tell them, no, I don't got you. The one I hear is just barking every now and then.
Yep. That's right.
Oh,
Not every breath. Probably,
Yeah,
I got one
yeah.
every other
yeah, I
breath
got
in
one
there.
every
Yeah.
other breath. Yeah.
But Dustin, I judged him a cast here a while back.
I feel sorry for anybody got to judge that boy.
I'll tell you
I
what.
ain't nothing against him.
Yeah.
But man,
But no, every cast I'm in with Dustin usually goes pretty good, or so far it has. But he wanted a tree and I couldn't hear his dog. And I just told him, I said, I can't hear your dog. And that was all there was to it,
Yeah.
you know. I think the longer this goes, no matter who wins this question, the better odds you got of splitting.
I hope you're right.
You don't. It ain't no cooler right now than it was at dark.
No,
I was just outside a little bit ago.
It ain't.
What about them 2 pups you got in your yard that are actually treeing? Are you
Oh,
happy to
man.
have something that actually trees?
God, I'm in love, buddy. I'm in love with them pups.
What are they off of?
They're off of Nikki and Pack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You never did get Nikki sold, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Who bought her?
Well, it's crazy. BK bought her.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, and he's got Apollo, which is
Yes.
well, I don't know if he's a litter mate, but he's a full brother to Pack. So he can make this cross again without using the same stud.
Right.
I don't like using the same stud twice myself.
Yeah, I don't either.
You know, Pack and Easy's probably the only cross I know of personally that
Worked good.
worked over and
multiple
over and over
times,
and over.
yeah. I'll tell you what, Apollo, the last time I judged him was in that cast of blueberry wine, and that was as sharp as I ever seen that dog look.
Yeah,
He impressed me.
Jeff got him clicking
Jeff
pretty
got him
good.
rolling.
Yeah.
He just had a den at the end when Blue had a coon, and Blue covered that first coon like he should have.
Yeah.
Blue should have covered that first coon out of the truck. See Logan Ray chomping
Yeah,
on
look at old
ribs
Logan.
over there.
We got you on live TV, Logan, eating.
Give everybody
Yeah,
a
it is
thumbs up.
too. Yeah, right here you are.
Look at that camera. There you go. They are
Good
good,
ribs.
ain't they? Them, well, that's about the best meal I've had at a coon hunt.
I was so hot I can't eat.
Oh man, you missed that.
Here comes the
Here
pound.
they come. Let's see how they. I don't even know what the question is. It's about letting him tree while he's on the leash.
Logan.
He goes to Jimmy. He's, in his mind, that dog's still wild. He don't know. This dog, in his mind, is not mine. So when he makes a decision, he comes back, but if he has to go to Bobby and let him know that his mind before he proceeds on the score of the tree. And he did that. Then he comes back and scores you. Then he goes on and scores Jimmy. Is that right? So,
And then I went back to Bobby, where he received, and I said, "Hey,
words, well, there's how much time left when you got back to Bobby?
I was like, hey, I'll go."
So looks like it's gonna lay where it lays.
I think it is.
He got back to my tree, I questioned something else.
We got one more. Got one more, maybe.
He said when they got back to my tree, I questioned something else.
Walked in there, Bobby dog on the leash, he tells Bobby your mind. He said, Bobby retrieve. How you retrieve a dog was already in it. He come back, as soon as he got back to me, I said, that dog's handle, when he's under that minus, he should be scratched. How can he retrieve a dog that's been treated or handled already? You can't retrieve a dog that's on a dog.
You never could.
That's for real, right?
He says you can't tree this.
He can't retrieve a dog.
He says you can't retrieve a dog that's on a leash, which is correct.
Yeah.
Then Bobby looks over. He says, "Yeah, you never could." But I've never seen a situation where that was even remotely required.
No, me neither. I've never seen this.
Yeah.
That's been one use, the other use was going something, call timeout right there or something. I don't know, or scratching for having his dog handle deep question and then you got to call timeout somewhere.
I'm only giving my hand, that's the best way, but I thought.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
What Mason just said, I can't agree with more. He's human.
There is the common sense rule.
Yep.
You can always go back on.
Yep.
Say,
He's
look,
human.
common
People
sense
make
says
mistakes.
that, you know,
This female's right-handed.
But I'll tell y'all something, and y'all, if y'all never listen to nothing else I say, listen to this. If you get you a dog that trees coons, you cut a lot of this old shit out.
yeah.
When I turn around and leave them, the female's left-handed, I'm going right-handed. I go to my dog and I sit here.
I couldn't see Justin. It's not that big. I couldn't see Justin. He could have went straight in front of us. I don't see which direction he
You see what I'm talking about on the
See, here's the- I mean, everybody, all four handlers caught a bad break in this case. Really?
It sounded like three took a bad break, and one seen a door open, and he
Yeah.
tried every which way he could to kick it in.
He did lose hunting time. He did lose some hunting
Yeah,
time
but-
there. Yeah,
But it didn't. Tonight, it didn't help him.
No.
It wouldn't have helped him.
Probably not.
Tonight.
When they got back to him at 16. So when they got to him, it had to be 26 minutes left when he should have scratched.
even then he would have had to get recut and treat 2 coons.
Yes. And 110 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Got anything on that, any of this?
They just asked Jimmy if you had anything you wanted to add, and he giggled.
That dog getting scratched, at least that, we have, what, 16 minutes or 26 minutes? Yes. That dog's supposed to be scratched.
This don't look good for Dustin. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Jimmy's gonna be the man. What's the split? 43, 375?
I don't even know.
43, 375.
More money than I've ever seen in my life. That's all I know. You said it. Is that Adam?
Yeah.
Why's his name Ashley?
I assume he's under his wife's account.
Well,
Is his wife's name Ashley?
Yeah, hiding from people. Not wanting people to know who he is. That's why you said Adam. I was like, I don't see Adam.
No, that's Adam.
Yeah, hiding from people. That's bad. That's bad, Adam, hide behind your wife.
She obviously ain't gonna read these comments either, is she, Adam?
Yeah, but Adam knows. Adam knows exactly
Yeah.
what he wanted.
Yeah, you need to get back in.
He
front of
knows
her.
what he's needed. Well, nobody will get a vacation. This ain't a vacationable offense
Oh,
here,
no.
Joseph Bob.
No,
That's a scorn of a tree only.
Yeah.
Or if one of them was to act up in here, or acted up on the cast and got rode up.
Yeah. No, they won't. See, Joseph just put that now, but no, they won't nobody get barred over this deal.
Shouldn't.
No, hell, everybody's really
Yeah,
conducted themselves
they have.
pretty gentlemanly,
Yeah, they have.
like you're supposed to.
Now Logan did get a little violent on that rib boy.
Yeah,
though.
he did.
You might want to write him up for that.
Them was good ribs.
I ain't ate nothing since yesterday.
You have to do something about that heat.
I know it, man.
Been riding that 4-wheeler hunting, ain't you?
Oh, every day, every night. At my age, you'll ride forward. I mean, we will be riding forwarders in these hunts. You think about how stupid we are. I can't help but to think every step I take. You know, and you couldn't do it with this cast,
No.
but you can get guys like me and Jimmy and Ward.
My invitational hunt, we rode side by side to every tree.
and not have a bit of problem.
Yeah. All right. Panel's back. I believe this is the final question.
They definitely ain't gonna have time to hunt 16 minutes.
When he treated his dog, he don't have to point where his dog was treated. You thought he heard your dog, and he didn't hear your dog. He thought the dog you treated was a female. So you are not trying to gain those points. You're going for your tree, so he's not scratched. Yes, he's not scratched, but he's going for his dog. He's going to his
So I'm
dog.
about to say, you hear me right through here, I can street mine. And then-
You can say, you hear me, the judge said, he said where, and then he points right here.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell him though. You got it. You see what I'm saying? I asked, I'm just saying.
I do too every time.
That's in the.
Logan must have got hot.
Yeah.
He had a brain fart right
He
there. He's like me out there earlier.
Judge says he hears your dog and you treat your dog. You can go to
you
your
ain't
dog.
got, you ain't got to point the way he is. If he says he hears him.
Yep.
Now, if he says, no, I don't really have him, which
Now,
way
I'll
is
be
he?
judging. I'll say, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, then
I'll
I'll
say,
point.
which direction is he?
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to tell me.
No.
But I'm going to have a hard time hearing him
Right,
if you don't. Yeah.
Because I don't know which way to listen.
He can't retreat his dog if it's on this leash.
I ain't saying, but he's not trying to gain those horses. This is way over the hunt's over with. This all this happens. He cannot be scratched for trying to gain those points from being nice because he went to his dog knowing that was the dog.
Bush said, he's judging, this dog that he treated is 180 degrees from the.
He don't have to.
I want to
It is direction because it is not no 180 degrees outside. It might be 108, like Mason was saying earlier, but it is not 180. So it's definitely direction.
So I think we're going to have to decide a winner here pretty quick. They only got 20 minutes to finish this panel.
I mean, at 2 o'clock, we're going to be hollering.
Yeah. That card's got to be turned in.
I just don't understand how he has like, I know he didn't have his dog, he didn't know he was mine.
There are no appeals at these.
No.
What does he do? What would y'all do? Y'all tell me. So I'm walking in and catch my dog.
So there's no sense even arguing after the panel rules.
Yeah, no, whatever they rule, it is.
It is.
That's why the panel's trying to get it right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta use common sense.
Justin did just say sometimes you got to use the common sense rule.
That's right.
You got me, I keep talking. I just come meet y'all up in the woods. Hey, my dog left and come to me when I got there. What, y'all gonna scratch me, ain't you? for having a dog handled and it's not true. You can't handle a dog that's when it's fast. I know he didn't know that, but the judge said a dog
Weeds
that's not there.
saying that the dog can't be handled, or he can't take a call on a dog that's handled.
Yeah.
He still can't get over
And you
that.
can't handle a
But
dog
yes, but
on a tree that is not declared tree because technically he ain't declared tree.
right.
But Dustin made the mistake of trying to scratching for undeserved points. They're hung up on that term right there.
He's
Well, he didn't try to gain undeserved
Well,
points. Bobby wasn't trying to gain
in,
undeserved points.
in my
Honest
opinion,
mistake.
if I'm gonna use the rules, I'm gonna find me one rule that I feel like I got a strong case on,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna stick with that one because panels don't like when you come bringing in 3 and 4 questions.
He was there for the whole thing. Come on over here, man.
Oh, they're bringing Prohound in there to get Prohound's take on it.
Well, how can they bring him in?
He was the backup judge.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on in, Doyle.
Have a seat, Duel.
You want the middle so you can tell by how your dog looked?
I'm just listening.
He looked good earlier last night. Did he look as good tonight?
Just read one community about the whole hunt out to score the other dogs. I was on the
Struck to that hunter.
He for sure ain't leaving.
Really? What job go?
Cowboys right by us.
I said, score me, we'll go over here, so you tell Bobby he's mine, so I had to read that.
I don't mind all of that, scratching, not scratching, whatever.
The thing is, he's got a point. He can't handle the dog.
I'm the other way. So that ain't, hell, that dog run forever. I'm sick, but she's been training.
Tyler Jackson, if I ask Prohound how good that squirrel dog is, we'll never get out of
Oh,
here.
Lord, no. We ain't asking him that.
No, we'll
We
never
heard
make
that one in
deadline.
Louisiana.
We wouldn't make deadline by damn
No,
Kinder next
Vicksburg.
weekend.
It's hard to make believe he's picking
That's how I
green
feel.
beans all
Just
day.
like that is how I feel.
Me too.
Me too.
Now Ward's chiming in. He wasn't even in the cast.
Ward's trying to win the question.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he saved me tonight, boys.
He
He was. If it wouldn't been for him, buddy, I'd been laying right there. I never got so hot in my life. They thought I was playing in the beginning, you know, they just thought I was hot. And they seen I was in bad shape.
Tell them about what Ward done out there. Jason.
Oh, I got real hot, and like we're hunting for $100,000, and I was so hot that $100,000 didn't matter to me, and I can show y'all my bank account. I bet y'all's looks a lot better than mine does. But I was to the point where, yeah, I mean, it scared me. It scared me. I got to think about my kids at home and my wife, and the dog didn't matter no more.
Yeah.
And Ward seen that I was hot, and I told him, I said, won't you withdraw and handle Jed for me the rest of the cast? And he said, if they'll quit, I'll quit. Because, I mean, Jed had 300, and they all had minus.
But there's what, 52
There's
minutes
like
left?
52 minutes to go. I mean, and Nikki come up there, and he looked at me, Nikki Hill, and he said, you all right, Jason? And I told him, I looked at him, I said, no, I'm not. I was like, I don't feel right. And he's like, well, he stuck his hand out, and he said, well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to withdraw. And then they all fell in line and done the same thing. So it wasn't only, but Ward went and got my dog for me and everything. You know, he stayed with me, make sure I wanted somebody to drive me back and all that. But everybody in that cast was just, they were sportsmen. They were sportsmen. We had a good cast. We didn't have none of this stuff.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Who's that? 10, 30 something. Whatever it is.
Well, they can't hunt 16 minutes because
No,
they're going.
they ain't gonna hunt nothing now.
No.
They ain't going back out.
They know how 16 minutes something. They had it all. They were keeping track of it.
It's 15 minutes till deadline.
What do we do in case? What do we do if they're having this during deadline?
Cards got to be turned in too.
Shane just told me they will extend the deadline.
If this is still going on, they'll extend the deadline.
I think they can for a panel actually.
No.
Yeah, they can for a panel, but they can't go back out and hunt. They can flip. I won the last. I had the same exact situation, and I won. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't figure out how Bobby, like, when the judge got back to him, the dog was kind of, he did, like, he had.
Not normally, no.
I understand that he didn't know he was honest at the time. You got me.
But that first Austin.
Retreating right here.
Yes, won't do.
But the judge told me.
Yes, sir.
What the dog still need to treat my dog on that. Don't be. You got another one? Bobby had a question.
You listen to that, go ahead, you're good. No, we can listen to it. My question was, how in the world did you minus me? And I'm in here this long, and it was just a misunderstanding of what a dog he put the call on. Here or not here or whatever, I go to my dog and sit in here. How can you come to me? Well, a long time afterwards, I should have been the third dog scored. Instead, he's done minus it once and then took it back or whatever, I understand it. That ain't me to begin with, I'm not that direction, I'm this way. So I'm sitting in here, got having work, and you minus me,
Bobby's explaining how he's losing time too.
you cannot.
Oh
You
my
cannot.
God.
That ain't the dog
Brock,
that ain't the dog I-
Michael Brock just messaged me and said he's watching me on YouTube in the bathtub. Now, I don't feel comfortable with this, man. I mean, if I knew there was men at home looking at me in the bathtub, I wouldn't have sat down here.
Especially that one.
Who's me? What is he doing in there?
Tell him if his phone's on the charger, don't drop it in the tub.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking you did when you said I got him and I treat him, and then I go, he tells me go handle my dog. So then you come back, that's months later, talking about a dog getting. not
We're an
getting
hour
home.
and 2 minutes into
I'm
this
sitting here this long.
Yeah. Into this
fiasco.
question.
See what I'm saying? Look what dog said in here and didn't get his hunt time. I was the third dog. Not counting his dog, I'm treating him between us.
I think Dustin fell asleep.
He'll wake up.
Yeah.
With a new question.
What if he asked of a cast? One bad call at the beginning of that.
Yes, that's all it
was.
was.
What caused all this.
Sent it into a whirlwind.
Yeah. And an honest mistake.
Adam, that's why I like you, Adam. Thank you, bro. See, Adam's smart, you know.
Yep.
Get it on.
That's what we need to do. Do interviews, write checks, and go home.
Yes.
Here's the guess back, though. Stop and think about this. In year one, I've been saying.
What is it to your house from here? About 45 minutes?
An hour.
Hour.
1 hour.
Absolutely.
I'm starting to get a little hungry now.
Plenty of food up there.
Cooling off.
I tried to feed you earlier. You spit it
I
out.
know, man. I don't know what you give me earlier, but like if you're eating that and staying alive, oh no. No, I take back what I said about the coon. See, this is how cooners are. They'll tell you one thing and then switch it up.
What did Dule say he wants to hunt?
And now he's wanting to, he about ready to hunt.
I got you.
That's the computer right
If
there.
we never stop,
That's the computer.
there's no way we can hurt this dog walking.
That's
That's
the
why I
computer.
took this one. I said, I got you. There's no way we're gonna hurt that dog.
But understand where I'm coming from? When he treated, when I treated that dog and he said I got it. that's-
It depends on how the questions turn out easy. But if they award more hunt time, they're going to have to flip a
That's
coin
the catch to it right there. Only the confusion was is.
or draw cards.
He didn't hear my dog.
But they won't.
What do you just, can you make up names on here? We got Blue Ticker, Easy.
That's Heike Yeager. I know him. He's a good dude.
Is Scout a real name?
Works in a coal mine. I don't know.
I mean, don't think about that.
I never hurt a dog.
Donnie Stevens tells you to go whoop him.
I couldn't whoop a Jed right now.
All right. They're going to go hear that question.
And I think this is the
That's
final
surely the
question.
last one, ain't it?
I think it is.
I
want to see this room where you can tree a dog on the leash.
Yeah, I know we wouldn't have to this and that and all that, just like I said, it'd be all bullshit.
I wanna see that just myself.
Hey, Scott,
No, I'm just saying.
you showed me in that blue book where you can tree a dog on the leash? No.
Cause you can't.
I didn't.
Probably because you can't.
Dustin
Dustin says, show me in the rule book where you can tree a dog on a leash, and Bobby says you can't.
I mean, if I'd been Bobby, I would have handled that. I would have took my lead off of him, struck and
Yeah.
treat him, and let it run.
Yeah, all you had to do is
Yeah.
just unsnap him and tree
unsnap
him.
him. You got me right here.
Yeah.
Strike and treat me. Put the lead back on.
Walk, well, you got to walk
Yeah.
for about a minute and a half, and then walk back after the tree's closed, and then tie him up. But you still just sit there. Feeling good now, ain't you, Jason? Mike
No.
Davis asking.
Not
Still
really.
sick?
Not really.
There you go. Josh Livingston said we should do every one of these hunts together.
Well,
You're too busy winning 43 grand.
that dog did all that.
I said, I'm going.
I've stayed up here cheerleading and haven't listened to all this. Cheerleading.
All right, here they
You're gonna
come.
get into this a lot cheerleading for the team you're with, buddy. I'll just let you know that right now, live in front of everybody.
We had a stiff judge, none of this would ever do.
And that's what I told you. That's what I told the judge myself.
I appreciate that. That's exactly what I said to you. That ain't nothing but bullshit, you hear me? That's a fact. What I tell you, Shane, what I tell you yesterday in the woods, when I called, you know what I told you? Mine's the dog, just like I told you what happened. That's bullshit, and that's facts. That's facts. Because misunderstanding, I sat here this long to this tree, because he honest to God did hear this dog. I'm thinking he did. When I treat my dog, I go to my dog camping and sit here for this long, and then all this other place, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I ain't saying you mistreated nobody, didn't make you, but no means. But you saying you went back to you and done this and done that, long time from went back. So they've never been nice to begin with. That's a fact. That's a fact. So what dog took the punishment, and then he's talking about should be scratched and this and that, that should have never been played part. I know what he's trying to get done. But I'm the dog sitting here to treat the whole family.
Yeah, no, that's our thing, but we're, all we go by is that he's out.
Yeah, well, I know dog.
John is a judge.
He knows what I'm talking about. I know dog.
It says he didn't hear you.
Hey, appreciate you doing it.
All right. In Bobby's words, that was BS, but it was an honest mistake. He said a few more words than that.
Yeah, if you.
Listen, you got one more. What about the
Bob.
second grade, these things?
Bobby says, Dustin, you got one more.
Y'all be careful. See y'all.
See you, Bobby.
See, Bobby.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any more questions?
Yes, sir. Split.
All right.
Jimmy, let's split.
Good job, Jimmy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Wills is your winner. Congratulations to the Final Four. Jimmy. Have a seat. Oh, come on. No, come on. It'll be fun. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Did you think you was going to pull this out of there at the end after all the questions? I know you was getting frustrated and that happens.
I didn't even know there was a question.
Yeah.
I waited for an hour.
But you got a W. Dog looked pretty good, huh?
Not really.
But she did
None of them
enough.
look good, but,
Yeah.
you know, win's a win.
What's that little female out of?
She's off a rack and Willie.
Yeah. Another Willie pup. 2 Willie pups in tonight.
Yeah.
I think that's what Kevin had too. So, yeah, big win. The questions were plentiful.
I didn't understand the questions myself, but I didn't even know there was a question.
What you got? What are you gonna do with the little dog now? Where you guys headed next?
Stay right back at the house.
Yeah. How far you live from here?
Ohio.
Yeah.
About 5 hours.
Good. How long you had her?
A friend of mine had her. He raised her as a pup, and I got her. It's been almost a year. September will be a year.
Yeah. You guys done quite a bit of winning?
Nope.
This your first big one?
Not my first big one.
Yeah, but her first big one. How's it feel?
No different, really.
Really?
Not
You
now.
won 43 grand. You tell me it
Oh.
don't feel any different?
Well, when I waited up my tree, I was pacing pretty good. So,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think. I'm just sitting there kind of biting my nails, knowing I got 200, and if I've got a coon, they're beat. If I don't have one, then somebody else has won.
As this panel went on, did you get a pretty good idea that you were probably going to come out on top on this? Or was it still touch
I
and go?
understand it's a money thing where people's got questions. I understand a lot of money on the line. I understand all their questions. The judge, I don't think he did anything wrong. It's an honest mistake.
Right.
No, what they should have done was just backed up and kind of got that fixed.
Well, all right, Jimmy. I'm going to let you go. I know it's late. You got to drive. Congratulations.
All righty.
Happy for you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy Wills. These other guys have already jetted. I'd like to get Kevin and Duel set down here with me. I've already heard from Jason. Everybody's out there shaking hands. We may wrap this up. I have no doubt that Kevin and Duel will get in the winner's circle again. We'll get them. That is it. They have split. They do got pictures to take. I got to tear all this stuff down. I got a 7-hour drive back to Missouri. That was interesting. Thank you guys for joining us. It is another successful hunt in the books. I will give updates on probably Tuesday or Wednesday on where we're headed next, what we got going on next. Some good stuff coming up here for Cane Stream. I know they're all going to get dogs. There's Kevin and Duel right there. I'll see if I can get them set down for just a second. Getting the picture taken. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to sign off. It is hot. It is miserable. We all got a long drive. It is late, but we had fun. Wish we could have brought a late round to you, but at this time and this heat, all that stuff, I don't blame these guys for splitting. It happens. I'd say by the time we're still waiting on 2 dogs to come in, get pictures taken, it'll be a little bit. Yes, Jim Curtis. Thank you to all the sponsors for sure. All right, guys. We'll catch you at the next one.